Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 2 of Chachava Plays Minecraft. That's what I'm currently calling this thing. I'm not entirely sold on the name yet, but for the time being it will do. Alright, so after the slight technical issues of the first episode, I've decided to pre-record a few of these before I start releasing them, just so I can be confident that everything is working okay, and that there aren't going to be any more unforeseen hiccups. So yeah, I won't have seen any comments if there have been any on the previous episode, so I apologise for that, but hopefully after this one, possibly the next, I will be seeing comments and be able to reply to them. But yeah, I've been having a think while I was sorting out the previous episode, and I've decided what I want to do with this little spawn island is I want to keep this as kind of a central hub for everything. I'm going to have a better storage kind of room than this. I'm also going to have all my farms and everything around this area, and then that way I've got a place where I can keep everything, where I can come back to get resources for builds and what have you, rather than have all that kind of thing spread out all over the place. So what I would like to do today is to, like I say, to make a better storage area. This isn't too bad. It works, but I would like something a little bit better. So what I have done is, if we have a look down in our little mine, I've started clearing out an area down here where I can set things up, get a lot more chests, get things a lot more organised. And what I would also like to do is, possibly on this wall here, have kind of like a 5x5 map of the surrounding areas, which is another thing I'd like to do. Today I'm going to explore it a little bit and try and find a few different biomes and basically get at least a few of these map spots kind of filled in. I have realised that I'm going to need to raise this up by 1 though still, which I thought I'd done it at 5, but it's only 4. Anyway, I'll get that raised up, then I will come back and we can have a look at some design ideas for the room itself. Alright, so I have cleared out the room a little bit more, I've raised the roof, and I've also put some little markers down for where I would like things to go. I'm going to have kind of several bays of 3 chests each down these sections, and then in the sections there and there I'm going to have just a single row of chests, but it's probably going to be the kind of the valuable stuff and what have you. And then of course the map is going to go on the back wall here. So what I'm going to do, I've got an idea in mind of how I want this to look. I've got some resources together. Obviously this isn't anywhere near enough chests to fill this place, but it'll give me an idea of how things are going to look. I've got some leaves because I want to try and give it a kind of overgrown look. And I've also got a couple of options for lighting, which I'm still not entirely sure how I'm going to do that, and I'm also still not entirely sure how I'm going to do the roof. But we'll give it a go and see what happens. So I will try and get the first one done on camera, just to see what it looks like. There are a couple of bits I'm still not sure about. With the side walls down here, I don't know whether I want to have them as stone slabs even, or if I want to have them as polished andesite. So I think I'm going to try one side of each and see what it looks like for now. I did want to put the birch on the back because it looks, it's got more of a difference to the oak look of the chests, so it'll stand out a little bit at least. And let's grab some stairs and slabs. Now the stairs even are going to go. Oh, hold on, let me just grab the chests. Alright, so the chests are going to go down like this, and then on the front, if we have stairs along there, and we'll bring the pillars up to the roof. Now I'm also going to have beams going along the roof, kind of like support beams, which are actually going to start one out from there, and then going to stick a birch in like that. I'm not sure about the birch. I think it would probably possibly look nicer with oak. I'm not entirely sure. And I'm also going to stick a piece of glowstone up in the top there, just to add some light. It's not going to make it all the way down to the floor properly though, so I think what I'm going to do is, alright, let's take out the floor and stick some half slabs in there, like, not like that. Alright, let's like that, and then if we stick some more logs in the floor like that, and where are my fence posts? There we go. And then have fence posts going up like that. Well, actually, these might look a little bit nicer with logs there as well. Yeah, I quite like that. And then if we possibly remove that and add a little bit of lighting on the floor there. And then, nope, didn't want that one in the middle. And then if we stick crafting benches in here, just to make it easier to craft stuff. That's kind of the idea I have for the bays. I'm going to, I think, try the same thing over here with oak rather than the I've forgotten the name of it now, birch. And I think I prefer the polished andesite as well. So let's quickly stick these in and grab ourselves some oak like this. Okay. Alright, I'm just going to put planks down on the floor for now. That there. And where are my stairs? There we go. Like that. These do need to be half slabs, otherwise we won't be able to open the chests at the top. The chests are going to be 5 tall, by the way. Then have that like that. There, and that's okay. And then I do, no, not those. I do want to keep the birch fence posts though, just to maybe, I don't know, that doesn't quite look right with the birch fence posts. I definitely prefer the oak though to the birch for the floors here. It looks a little bit nice. Let's try adding a few chests in and just see what it looks like. Obviously we're going to need trap chests for the centre. I'm not sure about that. Okay, let's try it with the oak fences. See what that looks like. And okay. Yeah, I definitely prefer the oak for that. It just seems a little bit too much oak, if you see what I mean. I might try some different woods, maybe some spruce when I actually find some, and see how that looks. But Yeah, I think that looks alright. Once all the chests are in there, it should look a lot nicer. Let's stick some more in here. Yeah, that should look pretty nice once it's done. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to replace this birch with oak and follow around the rest of the way and fill in the rest of these sections. I'll probably do that in a time lapse. So I'll be back with you shortly. Alright, I thought I would take this opportunity to have a bit of a chat with you guys, hopefully get a little bit of advice as well. Now, obviously I'm still very new to recording videos, I'm still learning the ropes, so to speak. So any feedback you could give me would be absolutely fantastic. Things like, is the audio quality okay? Is the video quality okay? Is there anything you think is too loud or too quiet? Things like these time lapses, are these something you enjoy watching? Say this one is quite long. Is this, would you consider this too long as far as a time lapse goes? During the time lapses, would you just prefer to hear music, or do you like little chats like this? And if you prefer the chats, is there anything in particular you would like for me to talk about that you will be interested to hear? Now, for the length of videos, is there anything you consider too long? Is there a certain length of time you feel you can sit and watch a video for before you'll get bored? Would you prefer shorter, more frequent videos, or longer, less frequent ones? Or is it entirely based on content? I mean, for me personally, I can quite happily sit for half an hour plus listening to kind of Etho or Iskal or Mumbo and not getting the least bit bored. But a lot of that is down to the content. And as far as that is concerned, is there anything you particularly like or dislike about what I've done so far? Anything you would like to see more of? Is there any kind of particular game mechanics or anything like that you would like me to look into a little bit more in depth? Any of this kind of stuff would be fantastic to hear and would help me a huge amount in making these videos better for you guys, and that ultimately is the end goal for this, is to make something enjoyable for you guys. So if you could leave any feedback in the comments, I would be hugely grateful for that. Alright, as you can see, I got a little bit carried away after that time lapse finished. I've got all the chests in now. It's looking pretty nice. I got a little bit of a floor done. I wanted to use the magma blocks, give it a kind of maybe a kind of fire pit kind of feel in the middle there, but I'm still not sure about it. I would also like to add a bit more kind of block variation into this this wooden floor. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do it yet, but that's kind of the plan. The last bit I want to do though is the roof, and this is where the leaves are going to come in handy. I want to make it look like it's as though it's kind of built into the cave, so that the roof has got a bit of a rough kind of look to it. Let's see if I can do any of that on camera. It's going to be a pain with the roof so high, but so just kind of break the roof up a little bit, add a few bits of, yeah, I'm gonna struggle with this. Add a few bits of cobblestone in there. Definitely get rid of all the random diorite blocks. Can I get those? No. Alright, yeah, get rid of the diorite blocks, and then just play around. That wasn't quite what I had in mind there, but that works. Yeah, but play around with the leaves hanging down from the ceiling, kind of that kind of thing. And if let's put a few more over here. I'm not sure if I'm going to put any lights in the ceiling or not yet. They're not strictly necessary, as the lighting from the glowstone in there gives us enough to stop mob spawns. But let me see if I can try some, see what it looks like. I'll just do a little bit on here and then I will do the rest off camera. So we have that like that, and then maybe a bit of andesite there and there. More stairs. But that's the general idea, which I think could look quite nice. The lights in the ceiling, I think I'm actually going to keep them because they do look pretty nice, but they're not strictly necessary. Alright, so I'm going to get on with this, and then afterwards I think we're going to head out and do a little bit of exploring and possibly fill in a few of these maps. Alright, I have finished the roof. It's looking pretty nice. Now this may just be a storage room, but there's no reason that I shouldn't put a bit of effort into the decoration in it. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this so far. Obviously I do need to decide where everything is going to go in the chests. That's something I'm going to do off camera because that always takes me forever to do. But yeah, I think I'm going to try and continue this kind of theme of being built into the rock with the support beams, and I'm going to try and carry this through to the rest of the builds in the area, which hopefully we can make it work. Yeah, I have crafted up a few maps. I've got 8 empty ones there, and this one, this is us here, this tiny dot. Hopefully we'll be able to expand that today. I'm going to head over to the east, I think, today. West even. I'm losing my directions. I'm looking for a particular biome. In this case, it is a swamp biome. Not somewhere I'd normally go searching out particularly, but I do have my reasons. I will explain them probably next episode. But that's what we're looking for. So I'm going to head out now. I've got my boat. I'm going to head out, and if I find anything interesting along the way, I will hit the record button and bring you guys back and let you know what I'm thinking. Okay, so one thing that just occurred to me, which I don't really know the answer to at the moment, is with maps, do you actually need to have them in your hand, or can they just be in your inventory for them to be updated? So obviously, if we head north a little way here, we can see, let's put us in our offhand for a minute. We can see that we are rather slowly, given the size of the map, we are moving north. Now if we take that out of our hand, let's go a little way past this island, see if it still updates. One thing I'm actually hoping to find while I'm out in this ocean is an ocean monument. I haven't seen one on any of my travels yet, so it would be nice to find one. Alright, let's try this out. It looks like it is still updating it. Let's go a little bit further just to make sure. It's the one downside, I suppose, to the larger map sizes. It takes a while to make sure whether it's working or not. But yeah, that's definitely working. How about if we take that out of the hotbar and let's head a little way to the east. And then we will try again. It'll be nice if it does just have to be in your inventory. Oh, nice. We have found an ocean monument. Excellent. And there's the mining fatigue. Alright. That's brilliant. I apologise if you heard a noise a minute ago. That was probably my chair. It's making a lot of noise these days. Ouch. That hurt. Right, let's get out of the way of these guardians. Oh, I'm so glad we found that. Given the size of the ocean, it was quite likely, but... And... No, it has to be in your hotbar, it seems. So that hasn't updated it. Okay, that's fair enough. We can keep these in a hotbar. I've got another couple. Annoyingly, on our island we are pretty much right on the corner of kind of 4 different maps. So yeah, that's kind of irritating. But anyway, let's carry on with the exploration. Okay, so I haven't found my swamp biome yet, but I did come across this tiny little sunflower plains biome, which is going to come in handy later. And across the way, we have also found a snow biome. I'm hoping that the ice spikes biome is somewhere relatively close to that. That'll be pretty nice. I'm going to go and have a look now. It looks like I've found the ice spikes biome. Not sure how big this place is or not, but that's definitely useful. Let's go and take a quick look. It looks pretty big. That's definitely useful. Still no swamp though. Pretty much all I've seen is oh wow, this place is huge. Yeah, pretty much all I've seen so far is this snow biome, an extreme hills, and a small forest. So the search continues. Alright, well it's been about an hour or so. I've done a little bit of exploring. It felt like a lot more than it looks like here. And I think I found pretty much everything but the swamp I was looking for. I got a huge snow biome here. There's an ice spike somewhere around here, I think it was, and there's also a mesa down here, which is a lot bigger. I did just glimpse what looked like a desert down here as well. We also found 2 ocean monuments, one which isn't all that far from here actually, so that's something we're going to have to take on at some point and make a guardian farm. But I think for now, I'm going to call it a day. It's been a fun episode. We've got our storage room pretty much built. It's not filled yet, but we can do that between episodes. I'm also going to look for this swamp again between episodes. Hopefully get a bit more of this map filled in. But for now, I hope you've enjoyed the episode, and farewell.